Generic greetings and welcome back once again to the chaotic maelstrom that is the endless old school intake in Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very reliable and standard cup of tea, the good old-fashioned cuppa, because I need some sense of normality in my life at this stage. Either way, welcome back to Prison Architect, and previously we got inmates because, as I mentioned, we have all-school intake, which I always thought was like 8 inmates, but apparently we're getting 24 every 24 hours, so we have to deal with that, and we've done it so far, I think, acceptably, and that's higher praise as I can properly give, I think, at this stage. We do definitely need to make this dormitory sooner rather than later, although that I feel to be a bit of a broken record on that one, repeating over and over that we're going to do that, but then we move on to other things like visitation and laundry and parole, which we are definitely going to double and triple down on in this episode, increasing the size of the kitchen, that sort of thing. Either way, we are obviously going to receive some more inmates. A couple of bookkeeping things. Yes, there is a door here that shouldn't be there. I will remove that once it's under construction. If I right-click now, it'll probably cancel things, so I'm going to leave it. Let's go ahead and, well, there is the regime, and I do want to alter the regime to have split eat times for minimum, medium, and max/supermax. Those are probably going to have the same eat times. But I'm going to leave that for now because we've got 3 levels of eat, which means that I could probably go over to grants and inmate nutritional research, and if we change that to policy-wise, high quantity, high variety for all inmates, we will actually start doing inmate nutritional research, getting the other part of it, which is a single low quantity, low variety meal. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. That's very much a future me problem. What I am going to do, however, and this could come back to bite me, is I did mention about changing the parole cutoff. Yeah, I am going to do it, but what am I going to do? Well, we're definitely going to increase the cutoff. And I was thinking, what can we do? If we go to recommend, by the way, the default is 30% for every single inmate. If we recommend that, it defaults to 40% for low risk, 30% for medium, 20% for high risk, 15% for supermax, and then 30 and 30 for protective custody / criminally insane. Yeah, okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go with 60%. We're going to double it. So it goes from 30 to 60, and, well, is that going to make it a fail? There is a failure state for paroling and then having inmates come back in, I believe, so we'll see about that one. But I'm going to try and parole as many inmates as I can safely, process. Visitation rights I'm not going to alter, nor farming policy or anything like that. What I do want to do is alter the regime, because some of these, even though it shows one thing, might be different. That's what I've been told. So I'm just going to change it up. So we've basically matched them with low risk. So you always search the inmate in their cell. They always get locked down for everything. And they go up in their categories if they've done things like attack prisoners, staff injury, etc. It's only when they're in Supermax that they don't go into a high sec, because there isn't one. But the main thing is it's all locked down. And that's what we've set there. And as I said, we are going to keep the regime as default for now, but I do plan on altering that. But I just wanted to cover it first. Let's go ahead and get another set of inmates and some guards and some more cooks. And we got 20 grand and, well, plus another however many, because we're going to get another 24 inmates sooner rather than later. So, as I said, they're going to build over here. This is something that we need to get in. I want to very quickly double the kitchen size, double visitation, add in the cleaning cupboard, and then get 2 more parole on this side. And then, because obviously we've now doubled parole as well as doubled the cutoff, it means that we're going to have a lot more inmates hopefully paroled. And then we'll see how we get on with that one. One thing I have been keeping an eye on and very aware is that we do have laundry, which means we now have a steady supply of escape items in the facility. So the ropes can be stolen from there. Normally that's not a problem. However, there's only one wall separating inmates from freedom. So what can we do about that? Well, we could change the laundry to staff only. That would be a temporary fix. We could then put another rope around here. We could do that. We could put a wall and a foundation. Yeah. Foundation and wall would definitely help out. But that's a lot more building. What I'm actually going to do is absolutely none of it. Why? Because, well, if a few inmates happen to escape, then that'll reduce the amount of inmates we have in the facility and it won't trigger the end result. Or the failure state. Is that a good idea? Long term, no. And it's certainly not something you want to hear a prison architect slash warden of the facility to talk about. But we're going to do it anyway, and we'll see how we get on with it. Let's go to dismantle that door. I also, obviously, if that happens as well, by the way, there will be a little bit of ultraviolence. So we'll have to see about that. Anyway, let's go with some building. You see, we're already getting lots of money for the early prisoner releases and such. I'm going to go to normal speed while they crack on with this, and they've now done that. So we're going to go to building brick. Then I'm going to build this, as well as the doors. So the doors will be a visitor door, 1, 2, standard doors, 1, 2. That's going to be more visitation. Back over to walls here, and we will build all of these. So it's going to be a couple of things, mainly... Well, let's actually set the rooms up. So we got a kitchen, which goes down the bottom here, like that. And then we have a visitation, so we'll set that up like so. We will have in a cleaning cupboard, which will have some more contraband, but nothing too much of a problem. And then parole, which we're going to have in here, but, well, we have to actually build the rooms first. Actually, the rooms for parole, you need them to be indoors in a 5x5 and have a table. You don't need them to be surrounded by walls and doors, so, yeah. Oh, and there we go. There's exactly what I mentioned earlier happening in real time. So we have an inmate who's run over to here and put down a climbing rope. So Prisoner Nash is trying to get out, and because of that, all of these inmates have decided, you know what? There's a free way out. So what am I going to do? Well, I don't know about that. That is the guard's problem. I'm too focused on the building over here. And there's obviously no video evidence to dispute that. So you can see the guards are trying to stop them. I'm not going to tell the guards not to, but I will, you know, leave it to see what happens, to see what inmates try to escape. There are some inmates here in lockdown because they've had certain levels of misbehaviour, but you can see a lot of them trying to get out. The issue we have here is that, well, I'm actually creating an issue in that I have no idea and no way to heal the inmates. Yeah, I have no way to heal the inmates. Okay, so I'm gonna have to build and prioritise now the building of an infirmary. So we'll see about that. Anyway, max speed this out. I'm gonna wait for this flow of escapes to finish, and it appears to have been dealt with. Let me dump that climbing rope and prioritise that. We've had 2 deaths within the facility, sadly, but no escapes. And I've said to dump the climbing rope. I've prioritised it, and now it's removed. So now there's no way for them to escape. But danger level is it's going to fly up really. Parole, right? So parole's going to go in here. We will want a wall, which will go across like so. We will want an object, and I'm going to go for... well, let's actually get this... Let's not get this built. Let me go... I'm gonna place an area first. Let me prioritize that, and then I'm going to go ahead and build the infirmary. So we'll just... actually, I won't pause it because there's enough for them to get on with there. So I want the infirmary probably here and here. We'll probably have some more later on, although... the idea of there being a later on is diminishing as we go through this series. So this is going to be an infirmary here. It's going to be a 12 by something. I don't really care what the something is because it's just going to be maxed out in terms of sizings. So it's going to have a total of 12 beds there and whatever on this side as well. So let's build both of those probably. Building brick, and I'm going to build... Actually, I'll build this one and then this one here. Although, no, that one won't be used. Let's just build this one for now, and then I can at least start to utilise it. In terms of doors, it's going to be a double staff door, I think. And then the workers can crack on. For this, then, let's go ahead and I'm going to put in the other items. So it is for visitation. It's that. For the kitchen. Now, this is a curious one because I I've put the sink there, but I think I'm going to require another sink, and I do need to plumb it in that side as well. So we'll do that, and on this side, like so. I'm just going to build both while I'm on. We've got the money. Money is not a problem. And also the bins, because I've been wanting them in for a while. And there we go. Now whether or not that's going to work in time, we shall see. We're going to have some power, because it would be of some benefit. Water, similar thing. We're going to run water along, and water to there, then water to there, like that. Okay. Oh, this has been built, this room anyway. So we're going to go with infirmary, like so. Medical bed, like that, like that. Staff-wise, 6 doctors. Unpause. Deployment is shared. Now they should be then escorted there. And then once the short or long-term investment's done, I should be able to pick up the infirmary grant, and it'll be done straight away. Let's see if any of that is actually the case. So we have a lot of inmates who are shackled and such, because obviously they've tried to escape. They've got a lot of lockdown, because it's attacked staff, attacked prisoner, escape attempt, loads of those. So there's a huge amount of, yeah, of people being punished. Let me go to prison labour. Assign some more prisoners there, and more to these jobs. And the parole's now in, so I can... right, I'm going to have to change this up, aren't I? So, I mean, I would very much like to just go to programs and add in loads of parole hearing, which we can very easily do, you understand. There is a slight issue. That's a bigger issue. The power's just exploded. Oh, yeah. We have a lack of power. Capacitor max plus. Prioritize build. Max speed that out. And then I'm going to power this on once at least one of those capacitors goes in. Any second now. Any moment. Just waiting for it. It'll be built. There we go. And we're back on again. Only just okay on the grid. Right. Inmates are being healed. That's good. We have all the parole in there. All the lights are on in here. We've got more stuff there. We do need more cooks. There's 2 more. Yeah, I was saying about in here. So, we've got obviously loads of people in the queue. But parole hearing requires 4 hours. Session length, 4 hours. If I was to alter the regime, I'd have to make sure it was staggered correctly. Right. Okay, while it's night time, I'm going to alter it. But I was going to say, I want to get on with some more building because time is money. But we don't have money. However, I can get a big bank loan. 10 grand should do. Because I just want this to be working. Just build more stuff, please and thank you. And the foundations is the one that we're going to struggle with. Walls and doors. Walls? Because that's the big one. And then we're going to go for dormitory. I don't think I need any more parole. Maybe that's enough. I mean, not long term, but again, I don't know how long term this facility is gonna have. But there's some doors. Right, that'll do for now. So, regime. I can slow the pace down a little bit and take a bit of a breather. Big gulp. Right, okay. Pause. So, let's alter this. I want to stagger the eat times. The easiest way is to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then knock this down like that. 4 hours of work, free time, 4 hours of work, free time. This one's then set up okay. Then the next one is that, but the middle one I'm going to change anyway. I'm going to go over to here. I wish you could copy the regimes easily enough. Let's change this up again. 1 second. Work free time. So we've still got the 4-hour gap, but everything is staggered. So just to double check, maximum security, eat is at 10:11. Eat. Work free time, free time. 4 hours of free time at the start? Yes. And then eat before bed. Unhealthy. Got ya. I think that's that set up. I'm going to reschedule all programs. I'm going to run some kitchen safety and hygiene. Pharmacological treatment, drug addiction would be nice. But do we need it? I'm tempted to not run it because otherwise we just don't have the capacity to keep bringing inmates in and out. But we'll see. Anyway, the guys are building over here. We've got 3 grand remaining. What is the priority? That's another escape. There we go. I am going to guard response this now. Although this guy's going to go around, isn't he? So he's placed that there. Dump the climbing rope and then prioritise that removal of it. Oh, look at that. That guy's going to get out. Unless we can stop him. To do, climbing rope. Prioritise, please and thank you. Luckily everybody else is asleep, so they're not going to notice. I say, as a lot of inmates notice. Is the rope removed? I can't tell. I think it might be still there. No, store prisoner in medical bed, but it's over there. Well, it can be stored where they are. Over here, this is where we're going to have naturally our dormitory. All these areas are now built, which means actually that can be now staff only. Yes, it can be. And those 2 can be 2. This is all set. These ones are good. Yeah, alright, that's better. That is better. So, needs. There are a bunch of needs. But I don't know what's, like, massively an issue needs-wise. Alright. Toilet and showers are going to run along here. And definitely not on this side, because that's just going to be an escape problem. Beds are going to run either side and probably in the middle for the dormitory. I don't know what size this dormitory is going to be, by the way. Well, physically we know. I just don't know what it can actually have. Okay. Well, I can't do much until more inmates arrive. But I do want to continue on with some building. I think I'm going to go with, how many units? 65 inmates, and how many can I? 48. That's pretty much a capacity, this thing, actually. I'm going to put a couple more benches and tables in. Like that. I'm hoping just the whole parole thing comes good. Where would I see that? Reform. Average reoffending rate has actually dropped from 61% to 55%. That's pretty good. If I could just turn off Supermax yeah, and Max Sec, that would massively help out. But, well, I can't. Oh, wait, has the, yeah. Appears that the bureaucracy's glitched out again. Or is it because we haven't got a staff room? Possibly. I do need a staff room. Probably sooner rather than later. It's going to go here. Staff room requires 4x4. So it's going to be 4 by something. And it'll probably be Will it be cloned down the bottom? Probably not, actually. This can probably be it. I need to put the foundation in, though. It'll have to be like that. That's the best I can probably manage with the funds available. Okay. Well, there's parole all working. You see, there's loads of people doing parole. Doesn't mean they're going to pass. Just means they're eligible to actually attend it. So, yeah. There's some more intake. Haven't really checked the type of inmates we're getting. Oh, we got some traits. We're up to now 89 inmates. Yeah. Wonderful. Staff room. Like that. 4x4 should be there. Yep. So I can place a wall across. You just need... It just needs to be indoors and a minimum size of 4 by 4. So this is what's technically done. The rest of it's just extra. So I'm going to do it like that because if I do need to put a wall across here and add extras in, we can do that. What do we need? Wide sofas and drinks machines. Staff room. Doesn't really pare it down, does it? Staff room. So I often have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, was it drinks machine? It was a drinks machine. Place one there. That's technically done. So, cooks, 1, 2. Guards, up to 20. We'll bring it to 30. Doctors, I'm actually going to sack a couple. Try and get myself a bit more money on that one. And let's just check patrols. Patrols around there are fine. We don't have any dog patrols, which is another problem. But I'm going to assign... There will be some people around here with dog patrols. Once we've unlocked it, which we're working on. Another 5 hours and 36 minutes in-game for short-term investment. And with the 10 grand, I think I can build this. And let me just double check as well. Grants is fine. I can pay back some of the loan. That just looks that looks like a mess, but I think it's correct. Needs were meeting, actually. Okay. It seems alright. Danger level's alright. Some of the needs that we have needs for, like literature and luxuries and spirituality and stuff, they can never go critical. They can go high, I think. Certainly got some medium there. But the other ones, yeah, okay. Let's think about then the dormitory situation. I've got it paused because this is where I'm tempted to have the beds. Like that. And I'm going to have them... I could do that. There's another 2 beds, 2 beds, 2 beds, 2 beds, like that. Yeah, we could have that. Is that overkill? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 40. Then we're going to need more on here. 100 per dorm? Maybe? Maybe if I just have bunk beds like that. Yeah. And then like we've got here, you see you've got these other beds in between. I don't need those in this one, but I can put things like prayer mats and such. We'll have a big row of toilet shower there. Not going to have it on the other side. I think that will be all right. And then in the middle, I can have everything else that we need. Okay. Well... It's a minimum size, and we will have people start moving over if I build it. The problem is that I'm probably going to run out of cash. There's that. And we need toilet and sinks. Oh, there's more money. Early prisoner release. Right. Toilet and sinks then. I think having them down here is a... It's the best. It's the best I can probably do. Yeah. I really don't want them up here as well. I'm just hoping that the inmates can use these throughout the day and, you know, we'll be alright with that. Utilities and water. It'll run across to that. Metal detectors, I need some metal detectors in, but it's not going to happen for now. Okay. So it says maximum shared capacity is 40. Is that just because of the toilets and showers? Oh no, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40. Yes, that was the calculation. But I didn't double it, because it's going to go on the other side. Oh, hang on, wait. Ah. The beds are going to be... It doesn't matter which way they were aligned. Hang on, all of them are aligned that way. Hang on. Hang on a sec. They're aligned that way correctly. These are not. I wanted the pillows towards the edge. Those are correct. Those are not. Hang on. Let me go bunk bed. Right. Let me just put both in. Yeah, they're going in all right. I think we're buying in too many here, but they're going to come into play. Right. Grant completion payment. What for? Short-term investment. Excellent. Grants. Cell block A. Done. Inmate health and well-being. Done. Governmental security ratings. Maybe not. Climatization engagement. Done. Bank loan. Decrease. Not to nothing, because I still want to get my credit rating up. Cell block B. Not done. But it will be done shortly. Done. Right. Okay. Staff wellbeing initiative. Done. What else? What else? What else? What else? Governmental security ratings. Yeah, probably. But I think I need that. Get that built. Also, and this could be tempting fate, I've been meaning to change these walls since we started the quick build. And it is wasting time to do it. There's workers. There's more guards. Okay. We want metal detectors. In like so. Like that. I was going to say shared capacity should be 80, but they just haven't finished building it. Okay. Right. Well. Yeah. What have we done? Up to this stage, what have we done? Well, we haven't put any lights in here for a start. This isn't going to be clone, by the way, as well, so I'm not really too bothered about just putting the lights down quickly like that. So, yes, okay. We have a dormitory. We have lots more parole. We have a lot more inmates. We've just passed pretty much, what, 3, 4, 5 grants in short order. Yeah. What is the next goal? Well, I need to definitely add more stuff in the dormitory. Anything to do with needs to be added into the dormitory. I'm tempted with another row of beds in the middle. But I think there's going to be problems with showers and toilets. I could run some more in the middle, toilets and showers, like put them here and here. Hang on. Toilets and showers like that. We could easily do that, and then in the middle we could have beds again. I could do that. Very easily done. Whether or not it's the right decision or not, I don't know. Up here, phone booths. In between these gaps, I want anything to do with these needs. Certainly, spirituality we can meet by adding in the prayer mats. Everything else, really, has been met by the canteen and the yard. And we have potential for these other rooms as well. I don't know. But we're going to leave it there. That's been a bit of prison architect for now. I think I'm going to hire some more workers. And I'd like to basically light a fire under this and get it built. Just spend a full episode on just putting in all of this, all of the flooring, all the patrols, just get it done and say we've got one full cell block done. It might not be totally correct, but we've got that. And have, like, say, 60-odd workers, maybe even more. This side we'll have to do as well. Naturally for... Actually, yeah, before I forget. Capacitors. There we go. Prioritize. Yeah, so we can get all this built. We need to get in doggos, flooring, meet all the needs, go down that route. Some of this, by the way, should be staff only, like that. That's not staff only. Got there in the end. That's weird, that. There we are, that's set. Alright. A lot of building, but we've got a lot of workers. Danger level is low. Prisoners saying they're well treated. Working on inmate nutritional research. Long-term investment. Working for that. Yeah, alright. It feels like it's in a better position than before. But we'll see. Next time. Finish off Dormitory. Hopefully finish off the rest of the building. Let's see how true any of that is. Let me know in the comments what you think, as always. Hope you have enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. And breathe.